Bubba the Cowboy Prince, from the book by Helen Ketterman, adapted for story theater by Barbara McBride Smith. Once upon a time, way out west Texas, lived a strapping young fella named Bubba. Howdy, I'm Bubba. Bubba lived on the ranch with his wicked stepdaddy. Wicked? What do you mean, wicked? And his two hateful and lazy stepbrothers.
Ha! I'm Dwayne. I ain't lazy. I just don't move too fast.
And I'm Milton. I'm hateful and proud of it.
Bubba with his stepdaddy bored Dwayne and Milton no end. But Bubba worked from sunup to sundown doing all the chores around the ranch. But Bubba never complained. He loved ranching.
You bet your boots I do love ranching.
Dwayne and Milton spent their days sitting on horseback bossing Bubba around.
Get them doggies along there, Bubba.
Yeah, and watch out for them cow patties. You know how Daddy hates for you to truck up the house with them things.
Thanks for the advice, fellas. I'll be done here real soon and get your supper cooked.
Now, down the road a piece, there lived the purtiest and the richest gal in the county. She owned the biggest spread of land west of the Brazos River. Her name was Miss Lillian, and she loved ranching a whole bunch. But it was lonesome work, and after a while, she decided it was time for some companionship.
I aim to find myself a fella, one who loves ranching as much as I do, and wouldn't hurt if he was cute as a cow ear either.
Miss Lurleen decided to throw a ball, a real Texas hoedown. She sent out invitations to all the ranchers in Texas. When the day of the ball arrived, Milton and Dwayne spent all day getting gussied up in their finest stuff. Bubba just about ran himself, ragged away on him.
Bubba, fetch my bolo down. Hurry up.
Bubba, get my boots polished and make it snappy. Bubba, press them horses and wash that wagon.
Yes, sir. I'll try to work a little bit faster.
By the time Dwayne and Milton and the wicked stepdaddy were ready to go, Bubba was exhausted. The three of them climbed into the wagon and started down the road.
Can you wait just a little bit while I get ready? I want to dance with Miss Lurleen too.
You? Well, you're sorry than steering to start.
Miss Lurleen ain't gonna dance with her likes you. She wouldn't even wipe her dirt clouds off her boots with that raggedy shirt of yours.
You smell more like the cattle than the cattle do.
Bubba took a look at himself.
It's true. I don't have a decent shirt to wear. My boots are downright disgraceful. I reckon I do smell a bit rough. Them fellers are right. Miss Lily wouldn't dance with the likes of me. Oh, well, it's me. I feel lower than a rattlesnake in a ditch.
Milton and Dwayne and the wicked stepdaddy went on down the road to the ball. Bubba mounted his horse and headed for the pasture to check on the cattle. The sky was getting darker than a black wool at midnight. It sure enough looked like a Texas thunderstorm was brewing. Bubba had just arrived at the cattle pasture when blam! A bolt of lightning struck, knocking him off his horse. Bubba was stunned for a minute, but as he was picking himself up off the ground, he heard a voice.
Go to the ball, Bubba! Who said that? I don't see anybody but me and the cows. Now hold on just a minute. Did I knock the bejeebers out of my brains, or is it one of you talking cow?
You're not crazy. I am your fairy god cow, and I can help you go to the ball.
Oh, Miss Godcow, I'd sure like to go, but shoot, I don't have a thing to wear.
The fairy god cow switched her tail, and Bubba's raggedy clothes changed into the handsomest cowboy does he'd ever laid eyes on. His jeans were crisp, his boots were shining, his shirt was dazzling, and his Stetson was whiter than a new salt lick.
Whoopee! I look downright pretty, don't I?
The fairy god cow switched her tail again, and a nearby steer turned into the most beautiful white stallion Bubba had ever seen.
Now you go onto the ball, Bubba.
Have a good time dancing with Miss Lurleen, but you gotta come on home by midnight because that's when the magic runs out.
Yes, ma'am, and thank you, Miss Godcow. Yahoo!
When Bubba arrived at Miss Lurleen's ranch, the hoedown was in full swing.
But so far, Miss Lillian was not impressed with any of the fellows she had danced with that last night. Well, there goes another $10 hat on a 5-cent head. Where are all the real cowboys?
By the time it was Bubba's turn to dance with Miss Lillian, it was almost midnight.
As soon as she saw Bubba, her eyes lit up. Well, hi there, stranger. You're cute as a cat ear. You want to dance?
Oh, shucks, ma'am. Well, I reckon I do.
When Brian and Mel saw the handsome stranger dancing with Miss Lillian,
And when they saw how she was smiling at him,
they turned purple with jealousy.
Who is that dude anyhow?
I don't recollect ever seeing him before, but somehow he seems a mighty bit familiar. Do something, boys. That shiny-looking cowboy is winning Miss Lurleen's heart. Maybe we can start a fight with him.
Oh, shoot. I like fighting. I might get hurt.
But all of a sudden,
Suddenly, Bubba's findings turned into the dirty rags he usually wore around the range. He looked sorry.
and he smelled worse.
Oh, Dad, what is that awful smell?
Why, looky there. It's Bubba. Well, I'll be danged. And don't you look pretty standing there turning 14 shades around?
Uh-oh, I should have paid attention to the time. Mr. Lee, forgive me, but I gotta be going.
Bubba took off running, and Miss Lillian decided to chase him.
Wait a minute, cowboy. Don't go. I don't even know your name. But Bubba didn't wait. He jumped on his cow and headed off into the night.
In the ruckus, however, Bubba lost one of his dirty cowboy boots.
Well, now look at this. This is the boot of a real cowboy. I'm to find you and marry him, if he'll have me, that is. Miss Lillian went back inside and asked everybody at the ball if they knew who the mysterious cowboy was.
Nobody did.
Well, actually, we do know who he is, but we ain't talking. The next day, Miss Lillian went from ranch to ranch, looking for the cowboy who owned the boot.
When she came to the wicket safe that is rich, both Brian and Nilsson tried to put that boot on.
Give me that boot. I'm sure it's mine. Oh, doggone it. My foot must be swollen from dancing last night.
Here, let me try. Sort of, it's a mite too big. I'll just stick a sock and down in the toe. Yep, it's mine, all right.
Sorry, boys, but I don't believe this here boot belongs to either one of you. Reckon I'll just have to keep on searching for my cowboy. About that time, Bubba came riding up. He was dirty and sweaty and smelly from working with the cows.
And he was wearing only one boot.
Well, howdy do. How about if you try this boot on?
Much obliged, man. Well, what do you know? It fits and it matches my other one.
You're my prince and cowboy boots. I'd recognize that smell anywhere. Marry me, cowboy, and help me work on my ranch.
Aw, shucks, man. Well, okay. I think I will. I just love ranching.
Dwayne Milton and the wicked stepdaddy threw chicken fits.
Dadgummit, it ain't fair.
No, sirree, it just ain't fair. Oh, hush up, you hateful and lazy, good-for-nothings. Life ain't supposed to be fair. Otherwise, I'd have gotten stuck with you two.
Thanks, Dad.
Bubba just smiled, and he and Miss Lillian rode off into the sunset.
And they lived happily ever after. A riding and a roping
And
a getting them doggies alone.
Moo.